Mary and Dave here. This video is a 3-card tarot and oracle reading forecast for the week of September 20th to September 27th. And the way it works is that you landed here, that the reading of the message is intended for you, even if you're watching this months and years later after we've posted this video. Okay. And if you're interested in getting a longer reading with me or Dave,
more personal, more in detail,
more in depth,
yeah,
please go to the website. The links are below, and you can book, schedule your reading right there on the spot on the website. Okay, so we are working with 2 decks. The Deviant Moon Tarot.
I really like the artwork in this deck.
It's gorgeous.
I don't know it very well. It's your deck, but it's really cool.
And Spellcasting Oracle.
Really
okay,
cool
so we've dealt the cards and asked the question for what we all need to know. And we put the cards out here to save on time, so we'll get right with it. Okay, so the first card that came up was the 8 of Cups. Oh, sorry, this is the 7 of Cups, my bad. 7 of Cups. Okay, so the 7 of Cups is a lot of illusion, right? The 7 of Cups, to me, the 7 of Cups is there's more to the situation than just meets the eye. How I always see the 7 of Cups is that something that you're seeing is not exactly the way it appears. Okay, and there's more to the situation than meets the eye. There's a bit of an illusion, okay, and or there's also choices that needs to be made, but there's a lot of choices that you're seeing. And I know that that's one thing that we always teach in our tarot course about the 7 of Cups. And Dave, what do you say about that?
Well, I just want to look at the card a bit more. Yeah, it's kind of what I see here is, and this is the way I feel about this card now more and more, as well as what Mary said, is that there's some choice to be made, but there's so much, it's almost like a feeling of overwhelm. Like there's so many creative choices presenting themselves to you, and some of them are probably illusions and a waste of time and dead ends maybe, and some of them are very good ideas. But right now they're up in the clouds. You need to find one, choose one to bring down to earth. But right now it's okay. You can allow your imagination to just keep it in perspective that your imagination is presenting you with these ideas. Allow your imagination to flow and the creativity. And it's interesting how it's similar. There is a choice involved, but not like with the number 2 cards where it's this or that kind of choice. It's more like something's gone on, but it's like what you want to, how you want to refine your choices and keep moving forward after you've already been working on something for a while. And being Cups also, it's going to be how you feel about something emotionally. With this how does this choice make you feel emotionally?
Yeah, you can ask yourself those questions. Exactly.
Amazing artwork. I love it.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it. It's an artist. I'll show you the card again. It's an artist painting a picture. I always see this as whatever you're seeing, there's more to the situation. Like there's a lot of creative energy here, yes, that's offered, but at the same time, sometimes what you may see is not exactly, it's an illusion. So I always see this as a bit of an illusion. And like Dave said, I love what he said about the being overwhelmed, because that is another indication too. So whatever we're going through right now, we've been feeling, we're just feeling all of these. There's a lot of things that are going on in the air, and we're all feeling these energies of what choice do I make, what choice. And we're taking, we're actually not real, a lot of us is not really looking at how we're reacting. It's like how you react towards a circumstance that comes up, something that's negative, and being forced into doing something that you don't want to say, or you don't want to do, or like it's just a feeling of being pushed in some way. And also that there's more to this than just meets the eye. You got to look at the bigger picture, and that's what that is. Look at the bigger picture, you know. Look at the bigger picture, you know. And you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear. If any of you read cards who are watching this, when I say overwhelmed, I don't mean like the same way as maybe overwhelmed with anxiety, like the 9 of Swords card, or overwhelmed with burdens, like the 10 of Wands card. But it's more like just so many choices coming up. Which way do I go? Like there's so many ideas coming in.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is planting a seed, waiting for something to grow. I love this. I love the dragon. Excuse me. just had lunch. The dragon is here, and it's like it's just beginning something. Pentacles all relate to something relating to the material and to earthly possessions and also to abundance. And this is like one of the best cards for abundance, and it's a fire card. Well, actually, it's interesting how the dragon, you see that? Look how the dragon is here with the 8 pentacles, and dragons are fiery. So it's actually like a fire under your belt to begin something. But this is good relating with the with the 7 of cups, because it says that it's a grounding. It's a really good grounding card, and it's actually telling us that we need to stop thinking what other people are thinking about us and actually go inward to what we are feeling about what we need to do for ourselves. Stop thinking about ahead and stop thinking about in the past, because if you keep looking in the future and you're looking in the past, guess what? What happens in the moment? Nothing. It's like you misplace it. It's like, where did the moment go? You know. What would you say about that, Dave?
Gotta look at the card again. Well, Ace of Pentacles, to me, as a divination way, the Ace of Pentacles it's an auspicious or good luck sort of sign that whatever idea you're having, perhaps it's got, a good potential. It's got good potential for making money. Usually that's how I would see it. Of course, it depends on how the context of your situation, but it's an idea that's at its very beginning, a seed that has good potential for making money. And it can also mean quite often documents or papers, or even maybe you're purchasing something that, it's like documents that you're purchasing, maybe a course or something like that has that potential to boost your earnings or something along that line. It's some kind of a seed that if you plant it and of course nurture it through all the stages, can grow into something that's a really good, solid investment.
It really reminds me of that movie, What Dreams Make... No, Field of Dreams? The one...
I
that
haven't
movie
seen that in years. I've seen it. I saw it once, and that was so long
Remember,
ago.
build it, and they will come.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but
I believe in that. Like, in your mind. You don't have to build it. Like, just build it in your mind. Expect that you're going to do it. Have a goal in mind, and just know that you're going to. You don't know how it's going to happen. Actually, I gave somebody some advice earlier. I just did a reading before this. I filmed this video, and it's like what I told her. I felt, and if you're watching this, that message still sticks. It's actually here. It's here. The third card is the Ace of, sorry, did I say Ace? I meant 8 of Cups. And this is walking away, abandoning the situation, going on to something new. And I'm just gonna, like, that's traditional, the traditional Rider-Waite meaning. But when I look at this card, I see that she's not interested. As you can see, what she's putting her hands up, meaning, oh, leave me alone. I don't want to look at that anymore. She's walking away from something, from 8 cups that are right side up, and she's just saying she just wants to leave it all behind her and move on to something else. She's gone on to new horizons. So this is what's happening. This could be happening right now with you. You need to let go of the past, and that's the message, what I'm seeing about that.
I actually can't add to that. That's exactly what I see here, and that's how I interpret the Eight of Cups as well. Is something's something that used to satisfy you emotionally, fulfill you, no longer does. So you're leaving it behind and seeking something new, some new kind of fulfillment, a new horizon, like what you said.
That makes a lot of sense, even in our life.
Although there's a color, it's interesting because just to add, I guess, another layer, if you're interested in this type of thing, number 8, it's related to, in the major arcana, the Strength card, which is a strong inner, graceful, more feminine kind of determination, I guess you could say, than say a masculine kind of determination. They're both important to have, okay, but in this case, it's a more inner and just focused determination, as well as the red is showing that passion and strength as well is involved. To walk away from something, sometimes it does take courage and passion and strength.
Yeah.
Even though in your heart, and that's probably why she's sort of dramatic about it, because she has to make that decision and walk away.
That makes a lot of sense.
Into something new.
sometimes change, you got to make, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
Was I, okay.
Yeah,
Sometimes
okay.
we have to make a change in order to grow, and that makes a lot of sense. Even in our professional lives, well, not really professional, but more like Dave and I have our own IG channels and YouTube channels and Facebook channels, and we said, why don't we just combine them all in one and just film together like we're doing right now? So
Yeah.
we walked away. Well, I didn't really walk away, but we kind of like teamed up and started something new, and this is like an excitement here because we got so much plans and so much that makes a lot of sense. That's all for us anyways. Like the message is for us, but not only for you as well. Like it's for all of us, everybody that's watching this, and it makes a lot of sense even with relationships. And sometimes we have to change it up a little bit. Sometimes you do have to let go of the old thinking and just move forward. And what you thought was to be, it's like, wow, something has completely did a 360 change, right? And I pulled a card from spellcasting. It was boundaries.
I was just going to add something, and also
okay.
Just a quick thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just a quick thing.
Okay.
And also the reason we teamed up is because our styles are different too, so we thought it would be really interesting for you to watch how we both approach it in our own different way, and that's an important journey on becoming a reader, is getting to that point where you do have your own way that you feel confident about with your own style of how you read the cards. Yes, there are principles that everybody needs to follow, but then there's your own unique way of doing it.
I like it better. I actually do. I love having you in my videos. I always did. Dave used to always be my special guest.
You've always been begging me.
I've always
I'm busy.
I've always brought him in. Please be in my video. I love you being in my video. And I'm really happy that the universe just made it happen. It's kind of like it just happened that way. We're here to actually look at my top. I just put this on. Inspire everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. I just grabbed the next clean t-shirt and I just put it on before. And I'm just looking at it. It's like, okay, so that's what we do. We want to inspire you. And boundaries is here. And this is a very important card to setting good boundaries. Boundaries doesn't mean that you have to be mean. Boundaries does not have to be a negative thing. Actually, boundaries is positive. And knowing that you could say no, knowing that you have control. And if my client is watching this, we talked earlier this afternoon, and this is for you, but whoever was watching this anyways, it's, you have the choice to make that choice for yourself. No one can take that away from you. No one can take anything away from you. You have it inside. And my point is, do not worry about what other people are thinking of you and how they perceive you, because that is their business. And you got to remember, it's all here, because this is your world, this is your movie. You are the viewer, right?
Yeah. So
I love how you put it. You always say we are the one that's watching.
Yeah.
Please expand on that.
It's very simple. I mean, I could write pages and pages on that, boundaries, but okay, if I ask you right now, do you exist? You don't even have to think. You go, yes, of course I do. So that part of you that knows that you exist, what a lot of people say, I am, that you see that everywhere, I am, those aren't words, those are words that are pointing to that part of you that you can't find, because you are it, but it can't be defined. It's not like you can see it or touch it or anything. It's just that part of you that knows that you exist. It doesn't have a form like your body or your thoughts have forms. You can see them. Those are forms. It has no form. It's formless. It's like you're the screen, the movie screen and the projector at the same time, and the light. Like that's what knows you are. You know you exist. So that's your awareness, and that's all.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and it's really, I love that. I love the way you explained it. I think I said that.
It's nothing new.
No, but I just love the way he puts it.
The perennial philosophy.
You can see it, right? That's why we're here together, and we plan to do some lives with you guys so we can answer questions and talk with you guys. And
can I talk about boundaries?
Yeah.
What
please. Yes, I thought you were finished.
That wasn't anything to do. Well, it actually is the foundation of boundaries, because, okay, the whole thing about life is, and you see it being played out today in this day and age right now, and this has been going on forever since recorded history, the ancient Greeks and beyond that. The relationship between the individual, your individuality, who you feel like you are, and the world or society. Like, without that relationship, how do you know who you are? You need relationships. Relationships are your mirror that show you who you are and who you are not. And there's more to it than that, but so boundaries are finding out where you decide that you want to, because we all have to participate. We can't be an individual without participating at the same time. So it's kind of a paradox, right? So you have to participate in society somewhat, to some degree. Even if you're somebody who lives off the grid, you're participating by not participating. Do you understand? So by that's what you need to, that's how your boundaries, where you're going to set your boundaries. And by boundaries, I mean, where do you decide that you're going to stand for something, and where you stop participating, and where you think you stop participating, and where you do want to participate. Like, it's back to what Mary said, being able to say no. If you know that you can say no when it's appropriate, because most of us these days, our boundaries aren't very well defined, because we haven't thought about it, we haven't looked into it, we haven't looked deeply into it enough, into ourselves, who we are, what we want, what our values are. So when that's weak, our boundaries are weak. So then but when you know that you can say no appropriately, you feel much safer. That anxiety of existing as a human being, limited physical body, but in the infinite, that anxiety is gone away a little bit. Okay, I don't. Mary's probably thinking, "What are you talking about now?"
Oh no, I'm
but
no. I'm just looking
I'll try not to go too far.
I've just got some glitter with looking at this,
the thing
because
is,
I'm just seeing that there's an infinity
I guess what
symbol.
I'm saying is, just being able. Most of us say no when it's not appropriate, and we say yes when it's not appropriate, when our boundaries are weak. So we overreact and get upset and say no and get upset at someone because we've let people walk on us. Maybe you're somebody who's been a doormat, for example. Some people are doormats, and that's a lesson. And then finally they get so upset at people walking all over them, they say no and get upset at somebody for the smallest thing. Whereas if you know that you can say no, and you have the courage to say no, and appropriately, you feel much less threat. That's all. Sorry I took so many words to say that, but you got me going on the...
Yeah.
I'm a philosopher as well. That's why.
Dave can write books on things like that, and he articulates every word and gets really into it's almost like poetry, right? And I just love listening to what he says. And I wasn't losing interest. I was listening to what you said.
I didn't mind if you did.
I was just actually looking at how beautiful
sometimes.
this card is. It's making me see the infinity symbol, and I always seem to trace the infinity symbol. And I love the light on top of her. And it was just, maybe I got a little bit of ADD going on. Who doesn't? Raise your hand if you have a little bit of that. But I was just noticing how beautiful that is. And like she's got the fire ring around her. So she's setting that boundary. So that makes a lot of sense. I love that. I love that. And what you were saying, it was actually like I was going into a daze here, in a beautiful daze, more like a energetic. And that's what this whole reading is about. It's about being in the moment and not thinking about ahead and not thinking the past. And I wasn't thinking about, oh, he's using too many words, or I wasn't there. I was more like just going into the zone and just being in the moment. And that's what the message is telling you, to be in the moment and not worry about the rest. And I think that you guys all know that on Instagram, I've been duplicating. There's a lot of people that are getting impersonated and everything. And so it's been a problem. So I'm not caring about what I'm doing, everything I can to protect myself with telling my followers. But anyways, long story short, I just try to keep it short and sweet. I just say I don't care with it, because it would discourage me from posting, because I think, oh, they're going to steal my content. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. That's a boundary right there. So I'm setting healthy boundaries. Assertiveness, very important, to be in the moment, be present, and quit the overthinking. I said that last week too.
I remember that.
That was the message there, and everybody loved it. And saying it again. So I hope that this little reading was helpful for you guys. And
one last thing.
Oh, sorry.
Just the images, like what Mary was saying about the Ring of Fire, and I guess you showed the card with the infinity symbol. It really is a very quick way of summing up everything I was saying. I used all those words as symbols to show what this picture is showing in the picture, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm feeling so much
pretty cool.
light.
That's what we love about tarot.
Yeah.
And oracle cards. The images, they use it. It's like a holistic part of our mind that we can tap into, and
it truly is. Like these cards, they fire me up. They give me so much energy. And when we're doing readings, we are in a very high vibe, and the cards they're tools to help ignite the energy, because we raise the vibration to read the energy, and we teach that in our tarot course, on how to give any beginner could do it, how to do a tarot reading. And that's what we feel like. What I'm feeling right now is like this high vibe energy by looking at this card, and also this my new tarot deck, Deviant Moon Tarot. They're actually very gorgeous.
I love the artwork.
They're very gorgeous.
It's very
perfect.
existentialist.
Perfect for pumpkin season, because that's what it is here in this part of the world. We got Halloween coming up, and Samhain, and it's the fall for Northern Hemisphere here, coming up soon in a couple days actually. Anyways, yeah, that's our cue soon.
Yeah, I have nothing to add to.
No, this is good. This is good, and yeah, until the next video. We wish you all peace, blessings.
Thank you so much.
Love and light.
Bye-bye.